All right, let's go back to Alice Springs. Situation there clearly has not improved. There was a bit of a reprieve, and we know how this happens. All the media eyes are on them. Towns get cleared up before the politicians come into town. That seems sadly now to have passed. Reports of stolen cars, raided homes, shops, kids roaming the streets again at all hours of the night. Locals say enough's enough. We desperately need action, not words. And joining me now, someone who's really at the coalface, Alice Springs Mayor Matt Paterson. Oh, Matt, I tell you, I thought I'd have a conversation with you in a few months' time and you'd say, geez, we turned the tide, getting that focus of the national media on Alice Springs, turn things around. Why are we back to some tough times again? What's happened?
Thanks for having me, Peter. Look, I think the easy answer to say is that unfortunately nothing's happened, and that's why we're back here. We did see a little dip in crime statistics, but I will say that the crime was tracking so high that if we have a little dip, it still wasn't at an acceptable level. But realistically, we've got all these long-term and medium-term plans, and they're great, but we don't have anything immediate, right? So the long-term and medium-term are fine, but the immediate stuff, we just don't seem to have it. And we continue to go through this every couple of weeks, and it's hard to fathom at the moment.
When you and I were talking, obviously the grog bans was a primary, front of mind issue. So was that you were asking for more resources, more police resources into town. When pushed on this, and the PM said to the Shadow Minister, to the Chief Minister, anything you need, of course, we'll give you. She said, no, look, we're right. I've moved police down from Darwin. We're in good shape. Clearly that's not enough police, or the police haven't stayed. Peter Dutton's in town. He has said today, look, we need more AFP. Let's send the AFP into Alice Springs. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I've made that call in January, Peter, and you and I have been speaking about this for months to say that we need more resources. I mean, my grave concern is Darwin is now going through what we were going through 2 years ago. So where are they going to get the resources for Darwin? I'm praying that they don't take resources out of Alice Springs to cover the challenges that Darwin are going through. So, I've asked for help through different channels. I think if we need help and we need more resources, it shouldn't be a challenge to say, hey, we need some assistance for the next little while, because nothing's changed. We don't have enough police. I've spoken about the Northern Territory government running the police operation in November. It had a positive impact on people's mental health because they felt safe straight away. It's all we need is just more resources. I don't think it's rocket science. And I know that it's not going to fix everything, but I think it's a very quick win, and everyone will benefit out of it.
Yeah. It's like doing something about grog. That's not going to solve all the problems. Of course they're not, but they're going to at least get you to the point where other interventions can work. What about tourism? I have to say, when I was there, it felt like a shadow of its former self, Alice Springs. I used to love spending time up there. It felt unsafe to me. Peter Dutton talked today about a 40% drop, I think the number he used, in terms of tourism for the Alice. That's got to be a massive hit to your economy.
It's huge. It's huge, Peter. And after the media attention that Alice Springs, was under in January, a lot of people at conferences, a lot of travel, they withdrew and cancelled. And even by talking about the challenges on a national scale, I mean, it's detrimental to our tourism industry, and I understand that. And I've said to you, I'd rather be sitting here talking to you, promoting Alice Springs, and that's really my role. I don't want to be talking about the negative things in Alice Springs because we are a tourism destination. But the longer this goes on and we have the negative media because nothing's changing, it's a flow-on effect for years to come. You talk to tourism operators now, I mean, they usually booked in years in advance, and next year's it's dry as the riverbed we have here. So it is a challenge, and, we've got to rebound, and hopefully I can come and talk to you, Peter, about the positive things, and I think that's what our town needs.
And we will, Matt. We will.
Good.
We will. I don't want to be one of those people who just follow the crisis. I think when Alice Springs gets under control, we've got to help you get back on your feet. But just before we go, I mean, I worked for a PM and they fly in, they fly out. That's the curse of the modern politician. They often do want to spend more time. A lot of criticism towards the PM. Have you, since he left and things have not improved, have you had a call from the PM? Has the PM's office reached out to you to see what they can do?
Look, not directly, but you know, I can't speak highly enough of our local member, Marion Scrimgeour, who is a Labor representative. I met with her very regularly, and I met with Malandira McCarthy, one of 2 senators that we have in the Territory, 2 days ago. So I do hope that those issues are getting filtered back to Canberra. I'm hoping to go to Canberra soon and have the discussion again with the Prime Minister about the situation that we face, because clearly what we're doing right now is not working, and we just need help, and people are begging for change in Alice Springs.